niggas, we coming for you, nigga.
Yes. 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 Hey man, that Streets of AEW joint, that was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Man, it was like I still haven't watched the whole match in the show for I just started watching it earlier today before we went to the store. But I saw the clips of it and I was like, bruh. First of all, they ran this nigga over in a golf cart.
And then the sound effects.
Hey, when Kenny Omega hit Sammy Guevara with that wall.
I know you got lost it.
Oh, dude, I fell out. I was like, it's actually recorded on here. I joined the meeting and I was just like, oh shit.
The best Twitter ever.
Oh my gosh.
So we are recording on here, right?
Yeah, we recording already. We ready to go.
I already told you I didn't tell you, but I told you I had a great story.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, matter of fact, let me know if you can hear me okay, because I got the actual mic hooked up. So let me know if you can hear me okay.
No, I hear you just fine.
All right, bet.
So you probably gonna get a kick out of this.
Oh shit.
So all right, everybody. Yesterday, we're in St. Louis, and I checked the day before on Thursday on Facebook, where they said that they were going to do a tribute to medical workers and the military. Mm-hmm. For this tribute, okay, this tribute says that they're going to fly the B-12 or the B-12 bomber from Whiteman Air Force Base, mm-hmm, and fly it over in the entire city. Now, in case you didn't know, the B-2 bomber or the B-12 bomber is a stealth airplane. RBS, I've seen the movie Outbreak. And yeah, that's exactly how that movie started.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't too thrilled to hear about that this damn stealth airplane was going to be flying over the city while we're under a global pandemic, okay? Right. So what makes you think it's a good idea to fly a stealth bomber over the cities while we're under a global? Because I'm thinking, and then they got the flight patterns. They tell us what the flight patterns. So I'm thinking like, oh, all right, cool. So as long I was like, I'm cool with it as long as them damn bay doors don't open up. But if them bay doors open, there's a reason why you don't really see that airplane.
Exactly.
Because when you do, you usually that follows with that's the last thing that you see. Yeah.
Your ass is dead immediately after that.
Immediately. Like, you I mean, they talking about they took it out for a test run, man. You ain't got to fly that airplane out for a test run. All y'all got to do, you know what I'm saying? Open the shed, pull the cover off, turn it on, check the alternator. You know what I'm talking about? If you got to check the dipstick, check the oil, you know what I'm saying? See if the radio's still running, the windshield wiper, check your windshield wiper fluid on it, you know what I'm saying? Just get the water hose, clean it a little bit. You ain't got to fly that motherfucker. It can stay in the shed. You ain't got to fly no B-12 bomber.
Make sure you got the air freshener good. The black ice, of course.
The black ice tree.
Only black ice.
Put that on there. You get you some Armor All, on the tires. Check the tire pressure. Make sure that's good.
Windex all them windows off.
No, the United States Air Force said, "Nah, bro, we about to fly this motherfucker over the city under a pandemic." And I just got done watching Outbreak, and that was the first thing they did was bomb a damn city.
Well, and that was the funny thing. Like they talked about doing that, but yeah, it's at Whiteman's Air Force Base. I saw the progression of Instagram videos of people. There was people in Colombia, and I saw people in St. Charles, and I saw people in like it literally, like I could see it progressing. I wasn't even outside. Like I just saw people posted about it. I'm like, shit. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna stay my ass in the house.
As long as they can post after they got their flyover done, I'm good with it.
yeah. But and that's what it was. I was like, all right, people still outside. Ain't nothing blew up. All right, I guess we okay. Unless they just sprayed us with some chemical or something like that. We don't know nothing about
B12 bomb over the city, man. We don't want to see that shit. Keep that motherfucker inside the damn shed and change the oil on that motherfucker. Put some Castrol Syntec in that motherfucker.
Castrol GTX. Monday Night Raw, brought to you by the B12 Bomber Castrol GTX and Slim Jim.
We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giants, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. For you, nigga. For you, nigga.
We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
We coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk
We
Hogan,
coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
We coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan.
We coming for you, nigga. Coming for you, nigga.
You ain't never heard no podcast like this. Black dudes with a knack for wrestling. They ain't gotta act cool. They that never bashful. And they nash dudes. Get a show and act a fool on it. Talk smack then, put the whole groove on it. Fueled by shots and bruise your ass is doomed the award if you want it. Lifelong fans with an honest mission. Get media ticks without a mission. Nothing but a press pass. This barbershop talk with the best last. Bless that we rambling on they do. Listen, no, we know we got a couple of screws missing. Now who with the two dudes with the cool vision? Hey, we coming for you, nigga.
Is he gonna get a chair? It's dirty, mother. Oh my God, this is uncalled for. This mother.
Well, welcome everyone to We Coming For You Game.
Yes, sir. We back. We are back. This is gonna be the first time we're like all video. So we trying that out. Now that we got Zoom up and running, man, we can go ahead and get into it. My name is RVS. If you did not know that already, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all social media, Franchise06. Facebook, you can go to the RVS Book. That's my music Facebook. I've been posting a lot of stuff to that because I ain't gonna make another one. Cause fuck that. So y'all just gonna get this smoke. Y'all gonna get this smoke in every way that I have social media, man. Where can they find you at, Rated R?
I am Rated R. You can find me on all social media platforms at R8TD_R. You can find the DJ page at DJR8TD_R. I gotta put some more stuff on there. I ain't got no content.
Hey man, you need to get up on these club quarantine mixes, man. That's what everybody got going on right now.
All of a sudden, everybody's a damn DJ. Like, I wonder if Guitar Center just sold out of all their DJ controllers all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden, like, where do all these damn DJs come from? I had no idea. No idea.
All the curbside, like you go to Guitar Center and it's a line around the block for curbside pickup. They just stuff in DJ controllers in people trunks. Ain't nobody came for the recording mixing boards and nothing like that. So I'm good. No. At least, see, here's the thing, man. Normally when shit like this happen, everybody wants to start rapping. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gets me, because I'm like, nigga, like, you know, because here's the thing. They know I'm a rapper. And whenever anybody start rapping, they hit me up first, like, hey, dog, hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Hold on, man. Hey, I just start rapping. Hold on, listen to this. And then, like, you know, but when we go outside, like, niggas who want to rap, they have a problem with getting super close up to you. Like, hey, nigga, hold on. Hey, nigga, check this out. They want to rap right in your ear. Like, nigga, I can hear you from over there.
from right there. You can stay wet.
Your bars are not better because you right here next to me, bro. Like, back the fuck up. So at least everybody ain't rapping.
You wanna hear these bars? I got bars.
Oh man. Well, so we gonna go ahead and get into it, and like I kind of got. What? No, go ahead, bro.
This is like a go home show because we got Money in the Bank tomorrow.
Yeah, Money in the Bank's tomorrow, Mother's Day.
Yep.
They got the Money in the Bank match where they're gonna be fighting all throughout Titan Towers, which, you know what, man, like it's ridiculous.
Right.
But that's kind of the ridiculousness that I want out of wrestling right now. Like,
yeah,
you know,
we need it.
the sterile, empty arena, like, you know, saying we could just hear, like somebody else said, we said this on WrestleMania Watch Along, but somebody else said this too. There was just like, they were playing a game of porno or empty arena wrestling match. And they would just play the audio of either WWE or a porno, and they sound identical. We don't need that. No, we don't need that in our lives, man. Come on. So I'm here for them fighting throughout Titan Towers and giving us a tour of the building.
Yeah, because I just got done watching SmackDown, and I was watching it and heard the Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose match. Yeah, let's get to the news.
Well, speaking of the news, so we're gonna go right into it. This is some breaking news, I think. Actually, well, it happened today. Recorded this on Saturday, the day before Money in the Bank. But yeah, man. So you know, we got people on the disrespecting wrestling fans train, man. You know, they got. So I don't even know if I should say this comedian dude's name. Number one, because I kind of don't know who he is. Number two, because it's just like it seems like he did this on his podcast and he said what he said to just kind of be controversial and get people riled up to be, you know, to all that shit. And there's a reason why I say it's hacky. But he had an expletive-filled rant and basically called wrestling fans the R word. Basically saying that wrestling fans are, to put it PC, all of them are mentally challenged. You know, the derogatory word for that. So that's why I'm kind of like, man, I'm kind of iffy on if I want to say this dude's name, because it's obvious that he was doing it for shock value and all that, that. But at the same time, I kind of do want to see if he'll retweet what we about to say.
All right,
because we need just to get more views on the SLLC network. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Have two black dudes going out. So, bitch ass Tom Segura said,
"Get him."
Hacky comedian Tom Segura has drawn some heat from the wrestling community recently. He spoke about WWE and its fans during an episode of his podcast, Your Mom's House. Now, time out. Your Mom's House is an excellent name for a podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might have some heat for this guy, but that's an excellent name for a podcast. It's hilarious. During the interaction, Segura made remarks about the intelligence level of wrestling fans and how they get invested in specific performers and storylines. He says, so many guys love wrestling. Said to his wife and co-host, Christina P. I think wrestling is for effing retards. But so many people like it. It's the stupidest shit, and I think you're a fucking tool if you're like, hey man, it's not fake. It's fucking fake, and you're an idiot. They're not real. They're just stunt people.
Okay. Well, I agree with him 50% of the way. Because
yes.
And here's why. Okay, so I can't really get into him like I really want to. Like I've been to shows when before all this COVID-19 shit. And the closer you get to that ring, the closer you get to the fucking abyss. It's some weird motherfuckers.
That's legit though. That's legit.
Ring.
That is legit.
And I apologize if this is offending anybody on that y'all listen to, but there's some weird cats out there. So to his point, that if you thinking that this shit is still is a shoot in 2020, something wrong with you. Okay,
100%.
Like,
100%. 100%.
So to his point there, yeah, he's like 100% accurate. But like to your point as well too, I think he was just saying it to just get a rise and a just a rise out of the audience from the IWC. I mean, everybody's on like we're on Zoom right now. Everybody's doing something for content right now, and I guess the only sport the only entertainment that's on TV that's sports related right now, prior to UFC that's coming on today, and NASCAR has been WWE. So and AEW, just pro wrestling in general. So you know, if you know when wrestling comes on, it takes over Twitter timeline. That's all you see. So and it's been like that for years now. So,
right.
like, I see where he's coming from. As far as, like I say, he was right when he said that people were. I wouldn't say the R word. That's you can't say that. That's like other thing. You can't say a bunch of other shit too. That we probably say on this podcast. But yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah, so that like I agree with you on that too, where it's like the people that think it's still real, blah blah blah. But my problem with it though is, and this is the reason why I say it's hacky. Like I'm actually kind of saying that for shock value as well, as far as like he's concerned. But I mean, the joke itself is hacky as far as like. Everybody like, oh, well, why do you watch pro wrestling? It's fake, this, that, and third. Like, nigga, everything on television is fake. Nigga, Game of Thrones, nigga, Power, your favorite one, Power, that shit's fake. Like, all of that shit is fake. So it's like, hey, bro, like, there's so much more. If you honestly don't like pro wrestling and you want to make jokes about it, there's so much more to joke about, like, about pro wrestling. Like, joke about the fact that WWE has nobody in the crowd right now and how it sounds either like porno or pro wrestling. That's hilarious. That's a good joke. Like, yes, that's where you should go with that. Right. Not the because on the other side of it, they're like I would say the people that think that pro wrestling is real or whatever like that is such a minority of wrestling fans. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's that old argument that, you know, like Vince McMahon exposed this shit in like 1986 to the Pennsylvania Athletic Commission that it's entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, bruh, like come into 2020 with your talk about pro wrestling. Yeah, to the insults, man. Like, come on, bruh. Yeah. Like we got new shit now. Like we understand it's a show. Now, you can say, okay, oh yeah, it's stupid, you know, it's not real competition, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, man, I got you. Side note, there's a lot of, you know, predetermined outcomes in boxing. Sure. It's make no mistake about it. Boxing and pro wrestling used to be promoted by the exact same people. So it's not an accident that people throw fights, that people bet on fights, and you know the mafia has had people throw fights. People have just gone out there and done whatever. They have YouTubers boxing. Well, before COVID, but they had YouTubers out there boxing. Like it's the same thing. It's all entertainment. Even with UFC, man, like UFC brought in like Kimbo Slice and brought in CM Punk and brought in all these cats that have no fighting backgrounds. Why? Because it's entertaining and it's gonna make some money. Yep. So if your argument about pro wrestling is that it's fake, it's stupid, all this, I want to see that same energy when it comes to other sports. Yeah, when it comes to basketball players flopping, when it comes to the, cats using steroids. Yeah. Cats using steroids in the NFL. So what, nigga? I don't care.
My thing is that if you grown, enjoy what you enjoy. If you want to watch something, watch it. And fuck everybody else. Yeah, flat out. Just don't let it get kind of insane. And try not to be like some of the cats that be living row 5 all the way up to 1. That be either they had a lot of money and they there, or they families, or they fucking marks. And I've seen super marks betray. But don't that's it.
Yeah. So Tom Segura's bitch ass.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. I don't really got nothing else for that. So moving on in the news. So I put these two news segments back to back because it's like, on one hand, you have somebody that's saying, oh man, wrestling is stupid because it's fake. But then also you have this other entity that's treating pro wrestling like it's extremely real. And that entity is the Maryland State Athletic Commission.
Don't they got enough? What do they need? What they want? What they want?
So the Maryland State Athletic Commission just fined AEW $10,000 for the unsanctioned John Moxley versus Kenny Omega match from Full Gear back last November.
Why? Why?
So I'll tell you why.
That's like That's like if Ameren, the electric company, said, "Yeah, we didn't charge you your amount that you were supposed to be charged back in September, so we ready to get you out." Like, no, motherfucker, I already paid that. You can't charge me for no damn electric that I ain't used back then. No, fuck that. That's your fault.
Right. You took too long. We ain't even in Maryland no more. So the unsanctioned lights out match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega from the Full Gear pay-per-view in November still stands out as the most violent match in the company's young history. Between the numerous weapons, barbed wire, spider web, shattered glass, and blood loss, the match wound up resembling a CZW-style death match. And when it was all said and done, however, the match turned out to be a bit too violent, as the Maryland State Athletic Commission announced this week to be fining the company $10,000 after it brought to their attention that both men deliberately caused themselves to bleed during the match, something that's not allowed in Maryland.
It's a work. It's a work. Ain't nobody dead.
The rules prohibit.
Baltimore is the wires in Maryland. What are you talking about? You need to tell me.
Look, man, you told me in a place where Bunny Colvin set up a whole block to let people use drugs freely is mad about human blood during a pro wrestling match.
You know how much bloodshed has been done in the streets of Baltimore? Are you serious, bro?
nigga, Weebay copped to like 50 murders.
Oh, man.
Spoiler alert if you watching The Wire.
And somebody probably is. You probably did. It got fucked up.
Oops. Well, I didn't go that deep, nigga. You knew Weebay was nigga. You knew from the very beginning Weebay going to jail, nigga. That nigga's going to jail. If you don't know nothing else about the show, you watching it, you like, oh, that nigga's going to jail.
Right.
So the state of Maryland said the rules prohibit wrestlers from deliberately lacerating themselves or their opponents or introducing human or animal blood into the match, none of which happened in this match, the commission wrote when a complaint was initially filed. AEW has 30 days to pay the fine.
Oh, boo! Come on, man.
And this is why Vince McMahon in 1986, 1984, whatever that was, went to the state athletic commission and said, "This is not a sport, nigga. Let us do our thing."
It's a word, man. It's a word. How many they see? This would piss me off. This would piss me off if they didn't bleed the hard way or the work way. If it was just like some work blood.
Yep.
And then they got charged $10,000 for that shit. I'd be mad as hell.
Well, and I think in that match, I think what they tried to do, I don't know if either one of them actually bladed. I think let me not say that they didn't blade, because I think they were getting busted open the hard way with the actual barbed wire. Okay. So like they had the spider web thing that was like, that was like gimmicked barbed wire.
Right.
But that barbed wire bat is the one that had the real joint on there. So they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna take this barbed wire and do the gizig, brother."
When was this pay-per-view?
November.
And it's May?
It's May.
Come on. Dude, who really looked that up and was like, "Yeah, we can get $10,000 off it." Come on, man. That was somebody being an ass.
They had to see what happened was they had that in their pocket and they was just like, "Damn, ain't nobody spending no money." Everybody took their stimulus check and spent it on Amazon. Damn, what could we do? Hold on, what could we do to get some more? Nigga.
Hey,
that wrestler, they had niggas bleeding. They had niggas falling through glass. I synced it, dog.
I know some damn statute of limitations got fucked up here. Hold on, let me pull out this damn amendment paperwork. Yeah, there it is. Section 5477.68 of the statute said charge them niggas.
nigga, Tom Segura is wrong. I synced the shit. It was real. It was $10,000 worth of real shit.
Get the fuck out of my face, fuck out here, man. Come on, Maryland. Come on, the whole state about to get a fucking award because it's the motherfucking the athletic commission.
Well, what are the logistics of sending a whole state an award? Do we got to give the award to everybody, or do we just send it to the state capitol, or do we just send it to the athletic commission?
Because of the commission, it goes to the entire state. Because damn it, I wanted to. So everybody get one. Lamar Jackson, your ass getting one. And it's because of the damn athletic commission. Sorry.
Our hands are it's above me now.
It's above us. It's a higher power. We have nothing to do with that. If we say a state getting an award, then that motherfucker comes overnight FedEx.
Well, speaking of a higher power, AJ Styles returned to Raw.
I thought he was dead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he addressed that. As a matter of fact, so AJ Styles, we have to keep posting the WrestleMania watch along. But if you're unaware, AJ Styles lost the Boneyard match against the Undertaker in WrestleMania and got buried alive. And the only thing that was out was his hand, his little glove sticking out of the dirt. But he came back, and how did he come back? How did he show back up on Raw? Well, he just walked out during Money in the Bank Gauntlet match and won that shit. That's how he came back.
That's what he did.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Now, he cut a promo afterward, and he said, the first thing he said was, "I'm not a zombie. I'm not a ghost. It's just me, the phenomenal AJ Styles." Problem with that, and the problem that AJ has with it as well, is that he was just like, yo, it should have been some more than me coming back than just walking out.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I
AJ,
saw he wore that OC shirt on Raw too. I know. He was a reason why he wore that shit. Man. So he was down rocking for his boys, who probably gonna be showing up on AEW soon. So
yeah. Oh yeah. So what he said. So AJ Styles has a mixer, I think it's called, like one of the live streaming apps that he has. So he has one of those that he plays video games on and answers questions from the fans. So one of the fans asked, like, "Hey, it's good to see you back." As a matter of fact, they didn't even ask him about it. They were just like, "Yo, man, welcome back. Good to see you back. Good luck in Money in the Bank match." AJ said, "Yeah, thank you. Hold on. Wait. All right, man. Listen." He says this in the video. He says, "All right, man, listen. Let me talk about my comeback a little bit." So he says, I've heard people say, well, I mean, you kind of wasted it. Styles was buried alive. He could have come back as a different character, in a different mood, a different look, something different. He came back and he's exactly the same as he was before he got buried.
I agree.
And AJ said, "I'm with you."
I agree.
He absolutely he came back looking exactly like that.
I agree.
All Pantene Pro V.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that. They should have had that cat come back as a different character, straight up.
Absolutely.
The man was buried alive. So you mean to tell me somebody who first of all, who dug his ass out? He he came back. So
I mean, first, like, who dug his ass out? He watched his two friends die,
right?
And Cannon never come back. Like, he should totally be. If anything else, he's gone through some traumatic events that need to be addressed.
He need to go to some therapy. Clear his mind. I mean, dude was in dirt. Dude buried it in just his hand.
He was in there suffocating. He was in there choking. Yeah. And he just walked back out and said, "You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to climb to the top of Titan Towers and then on top of a ladder on top of that and grab this briefcase so I get a title shot."
It might win.
It might win. Now, the one thing that he did say that was kind of cool, he was like, "Yo, I don't care if I got to throw somebody off the roof of Titan Towers. If I got to do that, so be it."
We can't have a repeat of who was that? Road Warrior Hawk? Was that Road Warrior Hawk that got thrown off the top?
Yes, that climbed up. He was drunk and climbed up to the top of the Titantron and fell off. and you saw his shadow go.
and the sound didn't match.
I forgot about that. Or who was that? Who was that fell off the top of the three-story WCW cage? Was that Canyon?
Canyon. Yeah.
That was Chris Canyon. Yeah. He fell all the way off the top.
I was about to say it was David Arquette, but David Arquette would be dead if that happened.
Well, I mean, rest in peace, Chris Canyon. Well, I mean, he passed away from something totally unrelated, but rest in peace to Chris Canyon.
Right. Oh man, no, that's that. We need to have like the Chris Benoit bar, and like every time we say something, it fills up a little bit. That one it probably got it's a little chunk. You know how when you get gas, you get a quarter of a tank. It went up to like a quarter right there.
We gotta have it be like the Street Fighter, like when you get your special. It's like you fighting and it's just like load up and it like catch on fire. Catch fire when you're ready to do your super move. It's like when we get too close to that Benoit, it's just like light up in the side in the lower corner of the screen right there. And then we got to do a special move to get out of it.
Right. Which is the you fucked up, your ass is doomed.
Yeah, you just got to go straight to the award.
Right.
Well, actually, that was a good segue into the next news story that I got. Oh, almost, not the award. Not the award just yet. Not the award. But talking about fighting games, WWE has a crossover game coming out with King of Fighters.
Really?
Yeah. So King of Fighters All-Star announces a crossover with WWE today, just as the sports entertainment powerhouse is set to begin a new chapter of gaming. The King of Fighters All-Star mobile game is getting a crossover with the most unlikely of sources this year in a new collaboration with WWE. Released in English regions last year, All-Star features pugilists from all throughout SNK's long-running King of Fighters series as they engage in side-scrolling, beat-em-up combat alongside a number of special guests, fellow video game characters or from another medium altogether.
Right. So what? So wait a minute. It's gonna be like a WWE Streets of Rage.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. WWE Streets of Rage with King of Fighters in it, like Terry Bogard and them.
What's going on here? I guess I'm cool. I guess I'm cool with it. I don't know. I gotta see it first.
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot or worth a view just to kind of see what's going on with it. Like, especially it's a mobile game too, so it's like, hey man. I mean, I would kind of like it on a console more, but like, hey, I'm down to see what it is. Also, The Rock is slated to be a playable character in it.
Okay.
So I think they talk about Rock, Taker.
He just prints money. So yeah, fine.
Yeah, of course. Like you gotta put Rock in it. I think Taker's gonna be in it. Who else they got on the picture? They got some other people on the picture. WWE, side note, WWE is currently reevaluating its video game strategy in the wake of the disaster that was WWE 2K20, canceling this year's planned sequel and announcing the radically different WWE 2K Battlegrounds to be released in its stead. Now, I haven't heard about Battlegrounds. Have you heard about this?
I have. They showed a trailer on it like a week ago. And
okay.
It looks like it's going to be like another arcade game.
Okay.
Kind of be like WWE All Stars when it came out, I think.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. I'm kind of intrigued about this King of Fighters crossover. It's that's gonna be weird.
So I guess the question about that is like, everybody got a special in like Streets of Rage and stuff like that. Like, what would The Rock's special be?
I don't know. It's gonna be probably the rock bottom and then a super people's elbow from the moon or some shit. I don't know.
Well, and it's kind of like, it goes back to WrestleMania arcade game, the classic game that one of the first games I got on PS1, man. That the first Tekken, Mortal Kombat 3 were the first 3 games I had on PS1. Classics. So we know the Undertaker got special. He had that special move on there where he would shoot fireball and souls out at people.
Yeah.
So maybe he has that.
Yeah. I guess with some like wrestling gimmicks, it's easy to make a video game character off of it, and then with other ones, it's not. So like Undertaker, he's easy. Like he's a zombie. Like he shoots ghosts and shit and hits you with a tombstone. What would somebody like Steve Austin would do? What he gonna get, a giant beer can or something? Like, or would he just be just a character just whoop your ass? Like he like a boss. Well, Brock Lesnar to be the boss. He just be that motherfucker you just can't beat.
Yeah. No, if anybody on this game is gonna hit you with that wall, it's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
It's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
But I think Stone Cold though, because Stone Cold has the wild card of just driving whatever vehicle that he can. So I feel like his special move would just be he'd go off the screen and he'd come back in an 18-wheeler or a Zamboni or like
pickup truck.
Pickup truck, monster truck. He just running everybody on the screen over. and he's zigzagging because he's drunk as hell drinking all that beer. I'm trying to think of who else would have. Okay, so let's say somebody like Seth Rollins. What would Seth Rollins' special move on a video game be?
I mean, if he's burn it down, would he just be shooting fire at motherfuckers? Would he be like a bootleg great value version of Liu Kang? Would that Seth Rollins be? Like it's he's from Iowa, he shoots out fire corn. Like fire corn, and then it turns to popcorn when it hits you because it's hot. See, I'm stupid.
He hit you. Wait a minute. Seth Rollins hit you with a stalk of popcorn, basically. Oh shit!
I'm stupid, man.
All right, one more, because we gotta shift over to the African American champion. But what is Bobby Lashley's special move in this video game gonna be?
I was trying to think something I can't say it hit you with dumbbells because they already did that one. It was Lex Luger, the damn case, so that won't work. Yeah, what would Bobby Lashley special be? That's a good one. I don't know.
So I think here's what I think Bobby Lashley special would do. So you remember Michael Jackson Moonwalker?
Yeah.
Remember Michael Jackson had that special move when he would start dancing and all the enemies would start dancing with him? Well, yeah. I feel like Bobby Lashley would do that, but he would start flexing and a bunch of white women run on the screen and just beat up everybody on the screen. The king of white women, man.
There it is. Hey, write that in. That needs to be in the game. King of Fighters, if y'all listening, put that in there. I guarantee it will get an 10 out of 10 on IGN's reviews.
I think we just gave King of Fighters a new franchise. SNK got a new franchise, the King of White Women. Just the King of White Women is the game. Like, that's the game right there. Bobby Lashley on the cover, like.
I really felt like WWE heard us when me and Matt said that, because all of a sudden he comes out with Lana. And like, that's like one of the baddest white chicks in WWE. And he's literally somebody's wife. Like, what the fuck?
And they fired her husband.
Yeah.
They fired her. They put her with the King of White Women and fired her husband. We've seen this story happen before.
Yeah, and it don't end well for the guy usually.
See, we just got one more notch in that meter. We just a little bit closer to that special move.
Yep.
All right. So for the next one, we go calm the special move back down. We gonna bring it back down. I feel like there's no way we could come back around. There's probably a way we can come back around to it, but I'll see it.
Sure.
But WWE Network is starting a brand new show where it's called The Quest for Lost WWE Treasures, and it will follow Triple H and Stephanie McMahon as they look for iconic lost WWE memorabilia.
Oh.
Only problem is recently fired WWE superstar Zack Ryder is a nigga. No, he ain't on it. But he's a nigga that has a lot of lost WWE memorabilia.
Oh.
Hell, I can't remember. It might be him and Kurt Hawkins. They actually have a YouTube series about all of the collectibles that they have between the two of them. So there's going to be a period of time where Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are probably gonna have to talk to this motherfucker.
Yeah. and then you just furlough my ass. I'm not giving you shit.
So I ain't giving you nothing. So the series is produced by WWE Studios. Susan Levinson and Ben Zerton executive produced alongside Elaine Fountain Bryan, Dolores Gavin, and Jonathan Partridge for A&E. This comes on top of its previously announced biography specials of WWE legends, including Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, Booker T, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Shawn Michaels. Now, the biography series actually sound interesting. They're being produced in part by folks from A&E. Okay. So I'm like, all right, that could probably give a little bit more credence to it. But here's something I want to talk about. I just thought about this, and this might get us closer to another notch in that meter.
I thought we was pulling it off.
I thought so too, but I just thought of this. So I want to get your thoughts on this. I was talking to one of my boys about this before, but like WWE documentaries, are dope, right? I have a bunch of DVDs of their documentaries, but they tend to just err on the side of revisionist history sometimes.
Sure.
So for me, I'm a fan of a lot of the outside of WWE documentaries where the only problem is that they can't get the footage that they need in order to tell stories. So that's why I'm a huge fan of Dark Side of the Ring. Yes. Is because they're telling these stories from a non-WWE lens, and they're actually talking to the people that WWE would just say, they were terrible. So what do you think about WWE documentaries versus non-WWE documentaries?
I actually enjoy them. I guess I never really look at it in detail like that. Now we're biased because we're literally on like two of them. But
absolutely.
No, I actually enjoyed that. I thought for the most part they do a decent job showing the behind the scene footage of certain big events and just certain people. Like the Edge one was really good. Like all the 24s are really good. Now granted, yeah, they're going to be biased and they're not going to show anything in a negative light. Which is why I'm also a big fan of the Dark Side, because of course they're not going to portray themselves negatively on the WWE Network, but like I like shows like Dark Side of the Ring because this gives you the real deal, you know.
Right.
It's giving you a different perspective. I'll say that.
Absolutely. Right.
And it's a perspective that you don't see on New York side. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I like what they do on the network as far as their documentaries are concerned. But you know, if you want to get to the dark side, of course, I mean, I like what they do on Vice. So I like them both. That's basically it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too, because it's like WWE has very good content creators, and I think part of that too is just that there's a totally separate team from the normal WWE content creators, and then they have like a different team on WWE Network. So I think the people on WWE Network have less of the Vince reins on them, so they can kind of do a little bit more to because. I'm convinced that Vince doesn't watch very much of anything on WWE Network.
I don't. It doesn't feel like he does. Like because they got the bump and they be shooting out all this Impact Wrestling stuff, and then they be putting up the Impact Wrestling logo at the end of it. Like, I know Vince can't be watching this. He gets his subscription numbers. He gets that check every month.
Well, especially because they show things like that one WrestleMania when Brock threw the belt at him.
Yeah.
You know, it's like little stuff like that, or him, or when Undertaker passed out, when Brock broke the streak, and Vince is yelling at, like, all of these things that you could tell Vince would never want people to know about his public persona. Like they're doing it on the network. Yeah. So I could kind of go either way as far as like WWE Network produced content, but yeah, I got love for because we can go all the way back to Wrestling with Shadows and Beyond the Mat, which to me are two of the best wrestling documentaries of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Those were people out. Now they were granted access by WWE, but at the same time they showed a different side of WWE that wasn't very seen. But then also it's kind of this weird thing that Vince McMahon signed off on this other side of WWE being seen as well.
I guarantee you, and there had to be a conversation somewhere where that was kind of those two documentaries were the birth of WWE Network somewhere. I feel like it was. It had to be. One of the things that I wish they would do with WWE Network is the advancement of characters. Like I know they got an on-rolling thing. WWE Network is on 24/7. It doesn't turn off, you know, and there's no reason why you can't have story development on that network. And it can shoot it like how they shot the Bray Wyatt and Cena match and the Boneyard match. You can shoot it like that. Like I'm glad that WWE went into this realm of doing that, because now maybe it could open up different things. Because I know, shout out to Jeremy Borash, because I know he produced a lot of that stuff that's on there right now.
Yep.
There was several talent in WWE right now, but still, there's opportunity for character development by just having original shows. Like start it where it's simple. Let's start slow. Have a storyline that only takes place on the WWE Network, but the match takes place on Raw. So you watch them like in the match, and like people notice that the ratings of this match would go up because people were looking at what was going on the network. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't have the commentators talk about it. Like, just don't talk about the story as much. Just talk about the match, and then the story takes place on the WWE Network. I think that'd be dope if they can find a way to, like, I would start it off with two people fighting and feuding, and then have a pay-per-view where it ends and just keep rotating. But there's no reason why they couldn't have more character development on WWE Network. I swear if they had like an edgier program where they develop their characters and then have the match be the climax of whatever that story was, would be phenomenal. That's just my 2 cents of what they should do with the network. But they might listen to my black ass.
But the people that they are listening to, and I'll say this, they're definitely listening to the folks in AEW, the Elite, because I'll tell you this, the Elite actually does that with their program on YouTube called Being the Elite.
That's right.
And they have done that ever since before AEW was around. That's why I separated the Elite and AEW, because when they were in New Japan, when they were in Ring of Honor, when they were in the Indies, that's how they advanced their storyline. So these other indie organizations where the indie show doesn't have a television show, so they would go on and, like, that's how they got a bunch of their boys. That's how they got Adam Cole. That's how they got Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels and Scorpio Sky. That's how they got a lot of these other cats in, because they were all doing the same indies, all working in the same companies. And even the whole thing with the storyline with the Bullet Club, like, pretty much exploded in New Japan, took place on Being the Elite. Right. And then New Japan had this other storyline going on where everybody else in the Bullet Club was like, man, fuck them. Like, why do they think that they're the leader of this group? And we the ones that's been here the whole time. That, like, basically springboarded the Bullet Club as it is right now to, like, the leader of the Bullet Club right now, brother by the name of Jay White. He was in a totally different team altogether while the Elite were feuding. And he came up on TV one day and he was just like, I'm going to break Bullet Club up. Watch. And then the storyline played out where he was just like, he was behind the scenes, just not doing very much. And then he got his title shot. And then he fought Kenny Omega Kenny Omega was the first US champion. He beat Kenny Omega for it. And then he was just like, went to the Bullet Club like, hey man, y'all gonna let y'all boy get beat? Like, that's crazy, man. I'm a nobody and I just beat him. Like, what's up with y'all?
Right.
All the way into them imploding. And then he went over to Bullet Club, was just like, hey man, what's up with them saying what's up with them saying this? And this is happening, like, mind you, this is in New Japan.
Right.
I don't speak Japanese, but I know what the story is.
Right.
And that's because they would go to YouTube and they would, like, you know, on other shows tell what the story was. So I think that would go right with your idea for what WWE can do on the network.
Side note too. You said you don't speak Japanese. There's somebody at NXT that is really enjoying these Japanese women just yelling obscenities. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, bro. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. Like, stop. Can y'all please stop this? It doesn't work, bro. Like, you have women literally sound like nobody want to hear. See, that meter just went up. Just look. You can't. It's not working, man. Like somebody back there has some type of fetish. I'm sorry, because you got Asuka doing it on USA. You got the other chick. I don't know what this other Japanese chick that did it on there. She's
Io Shirai.
Like, why? Who enjoys? If you get off on that, something's wrong with your ass, okay? I'm going to say this right now.
Oh, man.
That's it. That's all I had. That was my side part of that.
and that was another Rated R rant.
That was rated one of these. That was one of these Rated R rants.
Well, speaking of women and rants. So Nikki Bella admits that Ronda Rousey's arrival in WWE was a slap in the face.
Okay. We all know that. We knew that when she signed it, when she inked that contract. You all knew what that was gonna be, bro. Why she pissed off?
So, hold up, if I can pull this up. They got me with the damn ad blocker.
Listen. Let me, before you get into it was business. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Ronda Rousey there's probably a 95% chance that Ronda Rousey could legitimately whoop any woman's ass in that locker room. I'm just saying.
95?
Yeah.
That's conservative.
It's
I'm gonna say 99.9. And
see, I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt without being a complete fucking ass. But I'm okay, fine. There's a 99.9% chance that Ronda Rousey could legitimately whoop all of those women's ass in the locker room, from the top all the way to the bottom. Let's just be real, okay? Ain't nobody else in that locker room been UFC champion. All right, so that on your resume pretty much says you can whoop somebody's ass, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna say the point one is the other chick from MMA.
Shayna Baszler. Right?
Shayna Baszler. I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler. Yeah. Shayna Baszler is the point one.
Yeah, that's that point one. But
because Shayna Baszler,
Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bailey, you hoes getting your ass. I'm sorry. You getting your ass. I'm sorry. See, it's maxed out. It's maxed out.
Uh-oh. Sure you can.
You guys are not hoes. I've been drinking. I'm sorry. You women will get your ass whooped by Ronda Rousey. I just say that. It was a business decision, man. The girl, the same reason she came in is the same reason Goldberg ass was there. She's fucking drunk. She's from outside of WWE, and she made a killing on pay-per-view. Why not bring her over? And it worked. It worked. So
at the end of the day, it was in service of getting other women over.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you bring now. That's the problem that I have with the Goldberg joint, because they don't typically use Goldberg to get people over. But who did they get over with Ronda Rousey? Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is their top woman right now, and that's how you're supposed to use somebody that comes in from outside that has that notoriety.
Yep. So, go to the story with what she's so pissed off about.
So, yes, the Bella Twins released their new memoir, Incomparable, a story that they have both been working on for the past 2 years. In the book, both Nikki and Brie discuss the highs and lows in their professional and personal lives. The women's evolution is something that has taken full effect in WWE over the years and led to Stephanie McMahon's announcement of an all-women's pay-per-view Evolution in 2018. One big name that etched her name in the Women's Hall of Fame was Ronda Rousey. After leaving the MMA world to debut in WWE at the Royal Rumble in 2018, Nikki found her invasion to the company to be a slap in the face to her and many other pioneer wrestlers, female wrestlers. She says, "It was nothing against Ronda. It was thrilling that she's in WWE, but it was a bit of a slap in the face to all the historic women wrestlers who had come out for the match. For the match, the Royal Rumble main event, only to have that moment upstaged by Ronda's announcement. Basically, Ronda Rousey coming out, stepping in everybody's face, and pointing at the WrestleMania sign." What you think about that?
Doing that's WWE. It's just that's WWE as a business. They're always bringing in somebody else that's taking somebody's spot. That's what they live off of. Right. When you bring in Rock and Batista and Goldberg and Ronda Rousey and whoever else they want to bring in that's outside that has a life outside of the business of WWE, they bring them in because they bring in more viewers. Like I'm not disagreeing with what they're saying. They're correct. Yeah, it was a slap in the face. The problem I have with it is like, here I am, I'm busting my ass 270 days out of the year to get me this spot, and then all of a sudden I'm getting uprooted by a motherfucker who just came in out the blue, and this motherfucker only been there a month. He gonna be here a month, and then he leaving at the Mania. That I don't agree with. That's messed up. Right. But at the same token, the other person that brings in the draw, he's probably getting more money. And that's what's messed up. That person's probably getting more money for that one event versus the other person who's been there a year. Bingo. It's messed up because they're there, working all the time. Now I'm eager to see going in the future, because I know they're both having kids right now, but I'm eager to see in the future how they would feel when they would come back as part-time, because they're going to come back eventually. They're going to come back eventually. They're going to do a program, and then they're going to bounce, just like anybody else who's done it. So it's kind of funny that they're saying that now, but what happens when they're on the other side of the fence when they're going to be doing that?
Exactly. And they're both semi-retired. Bree is retired. Nikki is semi-retired. Yeah. So
now if they don't come back and they done, all right, yeah. But if they do come back, then that statement that you made to me just sounds a little hypocritical.
Sure. Well, and like I think the whole slap in the face thing, I understand that. Yeah. For their side, as far as like, I wouldn't say there's a slap in the face, but it does kind of take the piss out of the event. Sure. They could have had Ronda Rousey do something different. They could have added, they could have not had her just walk out at the end of the Royal Rumble and point at the WrestleMania sign. I think that was the year Asuka won, as a matter of fact. Like Asuka's a badass. Asuka was a badass because she had just come up from NXT and was undefeated. Ronda Rousey is a badass from MMA. They could have literally just had both of them come out, square up, and then go off the air. Now, you do the exact same thing. Ronda ain't got to take no bumps. She ain't got to do any of that stuff. But it's immediately more interesting because now you say, oh, damn, you got this undefeated woman and you got this woman from MMA. Okay, they might not fight because neither one of them are champion. But, oh, man, what's going to happen? I want to tune in next week instead of her just coming out and pointing at the WrestleMania sign and be like.
Yeah. Well, they just wanted to just cash out for that. I mean, they were probably planning that shit. And the minute she was at the WrestleMania, what was that, 32? Was that
32? Yeah.
33 or 30?
Yeah. One of them.
WrestleMania play sign. And she did that shit with The Rock. That was dollar signs already written over it.
Oh my god!
If you didn't see that coming a mile away, shame on you.
Yep.
So as soon as she got pieced up by Amanda Nunes, then that was the writing on the wall. She was coming to WWE, and she got her ass whooped.
Whooped.
My shout out to my Conan on his podcast. He calls Amanda Nunes Russell Westbrook. Next time, look at side by side. Look at them side by side. You gonna laugh your ass.
Oh no! That might be the cover of the episode.
I would never say that to her face. I swear to
God. Oh no! Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm about to pull this up. I'm about to drop it in the chat.
I got this virtual background going on live.
Oh no! Oh yeah. You got. Oh no! All right. There's
Okay.
we got
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
Well, there's Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. Y'all see him? H-Town. Point guard. Russell Westbrook. All right. There's Amanda Nunes. So that's.
I mean,
pretty close.
It's like Russell Westbrook, Amanda Nunes.
Hashtag keep it 100. Don't not we coming for you, Cass. Keep it 100. Conan said that shit. Not me. I listened to
him. I just filmed it.
Yeah, I'm just presenting what the hypothesis he put out there. Tell us what you think. If a poll, we coming for you, Cass at gmail.com.
I'm gonna put the email right here at the bottom of the screen. We coming for you, Cass at gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Does Russell Westbrook and Amanda Nunes look like ghetto twins?
This is all your fault, Conan. It's all your fault, man. Oh my God.
It's not us. We're just trying to do science experiments. It's not us. That's Conan's fault.
Oh man.
Oh well, we just gonna have to pivot. We just gonna have to just completely pivot off of that one.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't got no slick segue for this one, but so a report from NBC Sports is saying that the XFL is seeking new ownership after bankruptcy filing. So you've heard this already, right?
Yes, I have.
All right. So 1 month after filing for bankruptcy, the XFL is reportedly seeking new ownership in an attempt to save the league, according to Axios. Axios obtained the documents that show an investment bank, Houlihan Lokey, managing the process with a letter of intent due by June 12th and formal bids due on July 6th. So they're getting rolling real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
The XFL claims to have been on pace to generate $46 million of revenue during its inaugural season. According to the Axios report, the league also had an average game attendance of 20,000 and 1.9 million average broadcast viewers nationally for the nationally distributed games. But the pandemic forced the league to cancel the rest of the season and suspend operations and lay off employees. It was an abrupt move that left players, coaches, and other team and league personnel wondering what's next. Some players parlay XFL success and opportunities in the NFL. The former DC Defenders head coach, Pep Hamilton, landed his feet with a professional gig with the Chargers, but that's not the case for the vast majority who are involved. If investors choose to revive the league, it will be done in uncertain times currently swirling during the pandemic. Complicating matters is the indefinite timetable of the pandemic's duration. Dan Primack of Axios spoke to industry investors who are skeptical of someone stepping forward to buy the entire league. But those sources also acknowledge that sports can be unpredictable. There are lots of people who are very rich, but not rich enough to own an NFL team. Damn, that's some shade right there.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe someone will see this as the next big bargain.
Bro, you know who should buy the XFL?
Who's that?
Roger Goodell in the NFL. Just buy it.
Yeah.
Just buy it. That's more money in y'all pocket. That's more money in the NFL pocket all year long. Seriously, like you're gonna get the attendance. Merge the XFL with whatever their developmental league is, and then now you have national play of football. Like I would. It's to me, and it ain't going. That's a chunk of change. They could probably buy that at pennies on the dollar right now. They probably could. Seriously. And just use it as a developmental system for NFL players. Instead of, y'all got all these damn practice squad motherfuckers and shit and all the people that the CFL and all of that and whatever. I don't even know what the NFL developmental league is. They don't have like a G League or anything like that, do they?
Yeah, I don't think they have an official one. I mean, they have like the CFL and then the AAFL, which also failed. You know,
this is it. You get merchandise. You get ticket sales. You get people. Well, once COVID get his bitch ass out of here, you get all of that. It makes sense. It probably won't happen right now because of the way the market is right now. the way the COVID-19 is. It probably won't happen right now, but it would make perfect sense for the NFL to just buy it. I feel like they would. It would, if you can't make it and you can't hack it and that's what it was. If you couldn't hack it in the NFL, your ass went to the XFL.
Right, yeah.
And then we'll call your ass back up. That's what happened.
Well, it's like, and shout out to Jordan Ta'amu, who got called up by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to him. He's not going to play because
he's not going to play.
Like, come on, bro.
The only way that motherfucker is playing if something happens to Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Other than that, he's going to be on the bench.
Right. It's like shout out to my dude, but he is not beating Mahomes for any or unless Mahomes say I ain't coming back, I ain't playing until Rona over. Then maybe.
That shit.
Then maybe.
He's not. No.
So it's interesting too, because it's kind of like just the way that the NFL is structured. Like it's an interesting thing. Like I don't even know if the league itself is equipped to buy another league, because the NFL like business model is weird, like super weird to begin with. So you have basically the NFL itself is this overlying structure that allows other people to own fully independent and fully independent operational businesses inside that governed by. Let me put it this way. The NFL is like the NWA. It's like the old school NWA where,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so of a congregation or a consortium of other business owners that fall under another governing body. Right.
Okay.
So that's why they have the owners and all of them, like they're fully run their own businesses, but they also keep it closed off so they can make each other money. Right. You know, so that was part of the reason why the Rams moved at Los Angeles, because Jerry Jones got his whole ass up there and was like, look, we all gonna eat in LA, all of us. So it would be interesting. Like I think what would have to happen for the NFL to have like sort of what of a controlling interest is, I think there would have to be another owner, either a current NFL owner or like some other NFL or some other owner that the owners will let into that secret society basically and say, okay, you own all of that, or okay, you can split that up however you want, but now you can be one of us. Now the gangster thing that would happen is, what if Tony Khan buy him?
Ooh. that will be gangster to hell. I bought my competition.
Yeah. I meant to. I didn't put this on the docket, but I wanted to talk about this. So I listened to this podcast called Business Wars, and they had a segment. Now that they do basically like fictionalized, like podcasts that are like, okay, like Snapchat versus Facebook is one of them, and they have like fictionalized people say what like Mark Zuckerberg would have been saying to like the owner of Snapchat, and it's right. Like it's kind of weird, but they did one about WWF versus WCW.
Okay,
and that was actually a good one. And from that podcast, I learned now the first thing, and I don't know, not to step on the toes of it's not wrestling without STL, but one of the things that they talked about in the podcast was one of the first people to get on board with Vince McMahon taking over the territories and becoming the only dog in town was Ted Koppler, the owner of KPLR TV in St. Louis. Right. So shout out to your Wrestling at the Chase t-shirt.
Yeah,
Wrestling at the Chase was one of Wrestling at the Chase right there. But Ted Koppler was one of the first territory folks to actually show WWF in the territory. He was one of the first people on board.
Right.
But the other thing that struck me was they talked about Vince McMahon buying I guess it was WWF at the time, or it might have been WWF when he bought it from his father. But they said that Vincent Jess McMahon was he was just business owner, promoter. He had all these businesses. And then you had like the young upstart, Vince McMahon, who had, he was like, trying to come up in his father's footsteps, but his father didn't want him to buy the wrestling league. But Vince also had money and stuff like that. And it came to me, it struck me. I was just like, yo, this sounds really, really close to Shahid Khan and Tony Khan.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute, is Tony Khan 2020 Vince McMahon?
Ooh. Oh man. Damn. I'm respectfully saying no. And here's
okay.
why. I'm saying no because I'm not talking about money wise because we know Tony Khan is running that. I'm saying no because Vince, VKM was born in the business. The business run is in his blood.
Right.
That he worked all the way through the business. So, I mean, everything about it, from the ins and outs to the ups and downs to whatever you need to do to go this way. And I mean, the business mind for it. There's no one on the face of this planet that has a mind for pro wrestling like Vince McMahon. Period. Mm-hmm. You say what you want to say about the man. You may like or hate him, whatever. But there's no one on the face of this planet that knows how to run a company like know how to run pro wrestling like he will. Like seriously. Now, granted, now he has to become a little senile, a little out of touch with the stuff that's going on right now. Yeah, sure. But as far as the logistics of it, man, I don't think of nobody else better you could probably find. I mean, the dude took out a billionaire who attempted to try to do the same thing, and he bought him. So that's the only reason why I say no. Now, as far as like on the financial side, it's like if Tony Khan were to make this to me. Here's what I'm saying. When he wanted to restart the XFL, I feel like this was Vince's way of doing something with football. And I really feel like this man wants something to do with the NFL. Maybe this was his way to try to find a way to get into it. Like, seriously, I don't know what that man's pockets is looking like, but putting this up for sale, if Tony Khan were to buy it, I think that'd be pretty cool. I really do. Because now, Tony Khan has more of a football side of him. He knows he's been more in football more than he's been in wrestling, and business-wise. And to me, it would make sense. He'll know what to do with it, So
yeah. And I'll also go back to your point about Vince McMahon being born into business and stuff like that. The one thing I will say, and like this Business Wars podcast talked about this as well, but one of the biggest things that Vince McMahon did with the wrestling business was go against the wrestling business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go against the old way that everything was being done and say, this is the new way to make money off of the wrestling business. And that's why I kind of said like, yo, Tony Khan might sort of be not the new Vince, but the 2020 Vince, because I think what Tony Khan also has is, he might not have the history in the wrestling business as Vince did, because also, it's like the Vince McMahon has that history in the wrestling business, but his father was just like, dog, do something else. Like Vince McMahon has a brother, Roderick McMahon, who is also a business owner, but he ain't got shit to do with wrestling, like nothing to do. Like he owns like a truck, and he's a billionaire in like this other thing way over here. Okay. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like Tony Khan, as far as like, okay, here's what the wrestling business has been up until now. And like at the same time, it's like from a business standpoint, Tony Khan hasn't been in the wrestling business, but from a fan standpoint, he's been, like a wrestling fan this whole time. So now he's got the money behind it. He was at least smart enough to put some of the better wrestling minds in charge of that, you know what I'm saying? Where basically like where he has the gaps in what he can and cannot do, he hired other people to do that. So that's why I'm saying like, he ain't the new Vince, but he might be that 2020, like, all right, this dude might change the game type of thing, dude, that Vince did in the 80s.
I got you. You know what? I got a question that we might have to table, and it's kind of interesting. I don't know why I thought of it, but I'm intrigued to know as far as now. We know NBC has been around for decades. It was the first TV station.
Yep. And
then they came up with new. I'm eager to. I want to know if Vince McMahon is one of the top 10 profit revenues of NBC Universal of its lifetime. He has to be. He's been. I'm intrigued to know that answer. I wonder how much revenue he's actually brought in to NBC Universal. Just,
Man.
I mean, talking about just advertising dollars to ratings to everything, because the ratings don't come unless you have a product.
Right.
And he's had that product. I mean, they took a stint when they wasn't on USA, but for the majority of WWE's lifetime, Monday Night Raw's lifetime has been on USA Network.
Yep.
Maybe 90% of its life has been on USA Network. Yep. I wonder how much revenue has that brought in, and I wonder where that's ranked.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head other than Lorne Michaels for Saturday Night Live that can come anywhere close to what Vince McMahon has done for NBC Universal. So that's a good question. We might have to do some investigative reporting on that one. Right.
Damn, we should have hooked up. We should have talked to Kevin Dunn when we had the chance.
Kevin Dunn might lie his ass off. He was like, ain't nobody in life ever made any television station more than Vince McMahon is.
We run that motherfucker. If you want to say we run this motherfucker. Ain't no USA without us. Murder, She Wrote. Who the fuck watching Murder, She Wrote?
Suits. Y'all watching Suits? La Femme Nikita? Y'all ain't watching no La Femme Nikita? Y'all watching WWE, baby?
Yo, what happened if Kevin Dunn was like Suge Knight, the white Suge Knight?
He was like the white little Suge Knight, because he like this tall. Like my table's right. This is the table. This is how big the table's right here. He this tall. His feet was dangling when we were sitting at the bar, but hey, he's the executive producer. He's like, Kevin Dunn's like, yeah, you want to come to a wrestling company and you don't want your executive producer all in the wrestling shows, taking bumps. Come over to WWE.
Come to Titan Sports.
Oh man. All right, well, that's all I got for the news, man. What you got? You got something for the for the STL wrestling?
Let's see what we got here for the STL segment. So, as you all know, we have our new segment called the STL segment, aka You Can't Spell Wrestling Without STL.
Yes, sir.
And on this segment today, this is where we highlight a wrestling event that was historic in the great city of St. Louis, Missouri. On this installment of the STL segment, I give you Raw 1000.
Yes, sir. Raw 1000.
1000. That, of course, me and RVS were definitely in attendance.
Most
way up there, but we were in there.
we was in the Scott Trade Center at the time, and like we were so high up, we were touching the drop ceiling in the arena. And you didn't even know arena had a drop ceiling, did you? Right. That's how high up we were sitting.
I remember the old Checker Dome had a real bad drop ceiling too.
Yeah. It was like they had rafters, and then the rafters just cut off. The rafters do like this, and you got a drop ceiling right there, and it's like, oh man.
So this information is coming off of Wikipedia, so some of this could be wrong. But Raw 1000 was a television special that broadcast live on July 23rd, 2012 on the USA Network in the United States as the 1000th episode of WWE's flagship show, Raw. It was held at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri. The show featured 5 professional wrestling matches, a wedding ceremony, and an appearance from past WWE performers. The wedding between AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan ended up with AJ Lee leaving Bryan after being announced as the new general manager of Raw by WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. The Miz defeated Christian to become the WWE Intercontinental Champion in the main event. John Cena won by disqualification in a WWE Championship match against defending champion CM Punk after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, who proceeded to turn heel by attacking The Rock. The episode averaged 6 million viewers, Raw's highest viewership since June of 2009. Wow.
Yeah.
The episode also started the program's permanent 3-hour format, which has been previously reversed for special episodes. So, yeah, man. That was 1,000 episodes right here. Right here in St. Louis, man. It was kind of surreal that you know, that all of that ended up where the 1,000th episode would be here. I didn't see that coming at all.
Not at all. Not even when they like put the segment together. It was like, I think I had to we had to count up to be like, oh, wait a minute. It's like, that's going to be like 1,000. And then they start promoting it. And it was like, yo, and that's why we ended up sitting so high, because we were just like, we might not go. And they start advertising the St. Louis show as the 1,000th episode. It's like, oh shit, hold on,
gotta go.
Hold on, we gotta go, man.
Gotta go. I mean, every time we go to a Raw, back when we were splurging a little bit, when I was splurging a little bit, we would be sitting like within the first 2 or 3 rows. Anytime a Raw, when I was living in Kansas City, anytime a Raw or SmackDown or anything was in Kansas City or St. Louis, I would try to get me and this man as close as we can to the front row, because we were on TV and we always act the ass on television. Like, we got more airtime than some of the wrestlers did. But it's always better. Of course, you all know this is always better going to the show live. I've had better times doing the show live, and then I miss back in the days when they used to do the overtime after the show matches. Like, I think the best one that they did was when they had The Rock and Austin. Man, that was classic.
Yeah. And they didn't even have a match. They talked shit for like 30 minutes.
Right.
And like, the best part about that was it was heel Rock, it was heel Hollywood Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they just kept going back and forth. And then there was some dude with a Blues hockey puck hat and a WCW shirt on. So every now and then, Stone Cold and The Rock would stop joning on each other to join on that dude in the front row. I think Rock saw him first. He was like, "Hold on, man, what you got on?" We're that WCW. Take that off.
He made the cameraman take his shirt off and he gave his shirt away. And he was like, "Yo, don't cheer me, because Rock is supposed to be a bad guy." It was classic stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just a little taste of, you know, what, like, there's countless of history that I will touch on this segment, the STL segment, because again, motherfuckers, you can't spell wrestling, you can't spell WrestleMania without STL. And
STL.
We need to get a WrestleMania. God damn it.
We need a WrestleMania. When is Rona over?
When is Rona over? I'm not going now. No.
Nah. You get WrestleMania tickets could be $1 right now, and I'm not going. I'm gonna be at the crib watching it on Zoom with you niggas.
Like, you be watching Money in the Bank tomorrow on the WWE Network for $9.99.
Not $60. Not any of that.
If your ass is still spending $60 for pay-per-views, if you're not an establishment. Now, if you're an establishment, you have to.
Yes,
but if you're just a regular ass, I'm gonna press the button to buy DirecTV. Ooh, Money in the Bank coming on tomorrow. Bye. Stupid.
I'm like, do they even carry pay-per-views on DirecTV or anything like that?
No, they still do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I got Sling, and they don't carry WWE anything, but like AEW, UFC, all that, they you can buy those. But even Sling is like, dude, just go get the network. Like, listen, like, you know, the thing that you downloaded this with, go download the network. It's free for a month. Just go. You'll probably click on WWE pay-per-view, and it'll just send you a link over to the network.
And it should say, "With your dumb ass." That would be savage as hell. It's like, here's a link to the WWE Network with your dumb ass.
Oh man!
Speaking of with your dumb ass.
It's about that time. It's about that time. It's about time for a very, very, very prestigious award.
Prestigious,
if you will, baby. It is time for a prestigious award, baby. It is that award that you get when you are no longer dining with kings, when you are no longer eating pork and beans. But the only thing that can sustain you, baby, is this prestigious award. And it is called the John Jones's Freedom Memorial Award, baby. You see, baby, you only get this award.
Tell them how they get this award.
You see, baby, you get this award when you are not doing what you are supposed to be doing in the world of professional wrestling, baby. The business that I love, baby. See, you're out here, you're messing up, and then you get this award, this prestigious award. You get it in the mail, and you rip the package off, and you pull off all of the packing peanuts, baby, and you dump off all the little popping paper that you can, and you can pop each one of them, baby. You can just pop each one, baby, and you pull out this award, and it's an award named after John Jones because he don't want his freedom no more, baby. He won't. You see the face of that man right there? He wants his freedom to die. That is the face of a man who no longer wants to be out in the general population, baby. He wants to be in jail.
Do you have anybody queued up for the? I don't know. I haven't been paying it. I guess everybody getting with it. I guess the corona is trying to purify people from getting this award because I literally don't have anybody to put in it besides myself.
Yeah, it's like nobody like the Rona has finally gotten to a position where people want to stay in the house, and not even people like John Jones, who managed to get a DWI in the Rona.
This motherfucker.
Managed to get a DWI in the middle of the Rona. Everybody in pro wrestling is like, you know what? I'm going to chill out.
Damn, do we literally have no one to give the award to this week?
Man,
no one messed up?
You know what? It's like, hold on, let me scour Reddit real quick.
We got to scratch and claw. Look, damn, this might be a first.
I feel like this is a first. We gotta scrape somebody up from Reddit.
Somebody always fuck up.
I might have to go to page 3 on Reddit to see who messed up this week.
Damn, we ain't got nobody in award to this week.
Oh man, this is definitely a first.
Do 20 episodes. We literally don't have no one to get this award to.
We got the time that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wrestled in WWF, but that was years ago.
Damn, we might have to dig for an award. Let's see. I know somebody fucked. Somebody fucked up.
So somebody definitely.
Definitely had to fuck up.
Side note, I'm about to chat you this gif of Ninja Turtles fighting in WWF. Because I feel like everybody needs to see this.
Oh shit! Were they called the Ninja Turtles when they wrestled in there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. That shit, dog. Come on, man. You know that's copyright infringement like a motherfucking cat on there. And look at the crowd. The crowd looks pissed off.
Wouldn't you be mad if you was like, oh yeah, cool? Because that was in the 90s too. So it was like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan was probably still around. He's like, oh man, hell yeah, I'm about to see some good ass wrestling. And you hear Howard Finkel goes, ladies and gentlemen, the next match is scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring, they like pizza. They have a ninja rat that taught them how to do things. The Ninja Turtles. And you just sit there like.
So my question is, let's go back to this gift that you just said. Seriously, who signed off on this shit? Like, I want to know who signed. You know what? This might be a two-time offender, man. Give it to him because of this.
Wait a minute. So we at the episode where we gave him the award was actually we didn't actually use that. So guess what? We didn't use that. So we can still give Vince McMahon the award.
Yes, we can.
And what I'm going to do is put that audio in right about now.
There it is.
So that was Vince McMahon getting the John Jones Freedom Memorial Award. But Rated R, you would like to add on to this award, if you would like to add on.
Yeah, he's getting the John Jones Memorial Freedom Award with a side of additional polish because of this Ninja Turtle shit. Like we normally just send it out. I'm polishing in this. I'm getting some Armor All, the good Armor All, the $10.99 Armor All that you can get with the brush. And I'm gonna polish it, and he's gonna get the commemorative plaque with it as well too, with his name on it because of this Ninja Turtle shit. He's getting like you know, like when you order stuff online, you got the regular version and they had the collector's edition. And then they had the Super Ultra Mega Plus version. He's getting the Super Ultra Mega Plus version because there's no way in the world that fucking Ninja Turtles should be on fucking wrestling. Flat out. Who signed off on this shit? He had to sign off. Did he sign off on it, Ray? He had to sign off on it.
He had to. He's probably commentating it. If we can find audio of it, he was probably commentating the Ninja Turtles up there.
Were they even called Ninja Turtles?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Let's go down this rabbit hole.
We gotta go down this rabbit hole. Hold on. Ninja Turtles, WWF.
Let's see.
They were called the Toxic Turtles.
Oh, God Almighty! God.
Hold on.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna send this to you so you can play it out loud.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna splice the audio back in, but yeah. The Toxic Turtles. The description of this YouTube video says, yes, this actually did happen. Thankfully, it was a one-time gig. Maybe not so thankful were the people in the arena that night who had to witness this, like we said.
I want to hear the intro. Oh my God, they have bootleg. This is bad. They're from Texas.
Wait, pause it. Wait a minute. The Ninja Turtles were from Texas. The Toxic. The Toxic. See, even John Jones is like, what? From Texas?
Bro, he said they're from Texas.
All right, let that ride. Let that ride.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me make sure he wouldn't talk about the other team. And like the music. Oh my God. Perrytown, Texas. So all right. So let's dig down this rabbit hole some more. Perrytown.
Oh no.
Perrytown, Texas. Let's see. Yeah, there is a Perrytown, Texas. Yeah.
But why were the Ninja Turtles from Perrytown, Texas?
I don't know. It's Perrytown, Texas is here. You know what? Do a screen share, Ray. We're gonna do this right.
Yeah. What are we thinking about? This is a video. We can totally just do it.
Give me organization. Give me organization.
Hold on, here we go.
Right, so I can screenshot this shit. Because it's like we're like at work.
There you go. You are the host now.
I'm the host. Okay, Lord, how can I share my screen? Where's the screen share at? I think it's at the bottom.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Let's see. Share
that green button.
Let's see. Can everyone see this?
Perrytown, Texas.
Perrytown, Texas. The wheat heart of the wheat heart of the nation.
The wheat
heart. What about turtles?
Bro, look at this website. Hold on. Hey, the Ninja Turtles made this website in 1993.
What part of Perrytown, Texas, do you get the Ninja Turtles from? They're not even known for. There's no turtles there. What are they known for? Perryton, Texas is located in the oil and gas fields of Northeast Texas.
Oh, I see. They're toxic because they're in the oil fields.
Hey, man. this bullshit. Look at this. Do you see? Look how they're dancing. Wait.
Tom and Terry. Tom and Terry.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me turtles from Perrytown, Texas? Oh,
Tom and Terry.
Tom and Terry. Let's continue. You got to be kidding me. Okay, so first of all, they got the. Can I zoom in? Yeah. So this bootleg Party City looking outfits with the green, bro. I wonder if they still have those suits to this day. And if they do, I guarantee it is probably worse. This has probably have to be one of the worst things I've ever seen in
who still has the suit? Tom or Terry? Tom or Terry Turtle? Which one? I
don't know what their finish is. I have to see. Look at this. Is horrible. This is horrible, and it is downright copy infringement. Like, bro. Like, okay. So I feel sorry for the other guys that are wrestling. They are literally trying to get a job with WWE, and they're literally wrestling motherfucking Ninja Turtles. Are you serious?
Because you know those two other dudes are not beating the Ninja Turtles.
Like, no, they're gonna get squashed.
Oh man, Earl Hebner had to ref this match too. See, if Earl Hebner knew that probably like a short 5 years after this, he was gonna be the butt of everybody saying that he screwed Bret Hart, do you think he would have refereed this match?
You got to be kidding me. This is all right. We got a collar there. Okay.
The turtle snatches a headlock.
Yeah. We're commentating. That's what we're commentating this match.
Since ain't no award.
Yeah.
Double drop kick. My God.
Oh my God. This has got to be the worst thing ever.
So the turtle falls on his back. He can't get up because it's a shell. Get it? He's a turtle. He's a turtle, guys.
Look at the crowd.
Nice,
look at the
nice hammer lock.
Wait. Look at this. Look at this person right here. You see her? Look at her face.
They hella bad. she hella bad. But also, if you notice those two empty seats, like some people right in the middle literally just got up and left. They was like, nah, bro, I ain't watching this.
Earl Hebner had to referee this shit. They're booing. Yeah. This is bad.
Oh.
They're booing the hell out of him. Yeah, they say, all right, you get to go home, Q. Oh, got a back heel kick.
He said, no, do the back heel kick.
I want to know what their finishing move is.
You got to see the finish.
I have to see what their finish is.
This is Tom or Terry. Which one is which?
I don't know. What they can't. I guess they can't say Leonardo. They can't say Raphael and Donatello.
Right.
Sued.
This Tom and Terry. Tom and or Terry with the back elbow, and he tags in Tom or Terry.
Tom or Terry.
Tom or Terry gets in. He picks him up, and what does he do? He goes for the body slam.
I want to know if the guys who wrestled them can still be interviewed or if they're still alive. Oh, the shell shock. Hit him with the shell shock. Is that the finish?
That's it. That's it. The shell shock. Here are your winners, Tom and Terry, the Toxic Turtles. WWE's version of the Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh. This match has been brought to you by Ico Pro, because why the hell not?
Are you serious? Okay, let me stop. Jesus Christ. They get the award, man. They definitely get the award. How do I make you
if you click on hover over my name and click more.
I got it. Okay. And then you will be allowed you will be made whole. Okay. That was Vince McMahon in the WWE. And where was that? Where did that take place? That state's getting it. Where was this? Wikipedia. This for the first time ever. The entire state is getting an award because of this.
Please be Maryland.
Please don't be Missouri.
Right. Russell.
What town was that? What town was that? They're getting the award. The entire because they
it was in the Augusta Civic Center. It was Barry Hardy and Dwayne Gill were the Toxic Turtles.
So
Gilbert was one of the Toxic Turtles. in the sold out Augusta Civic Center in Augusta, Georgia. Nah, you know what? Georgia? I feel like we just got to get this to Maryland, just because Maryland's they find AEW $10,000 for a scripted TV show.
You know what? I concur. Maryland, the state of Maryland, everyone in there, the state of the Lamar Jackson, all of y'all. What else is Baltimore Orioles? Any other boxers? Anybody from the state of Maryland? Omar. Ray Lewis.
Well.
There it is.
Special move. Special move time.
That's it. You all get it because and just because we know that the Toxic Turtles had nothing to do with you, you just getting the award just because. So you all get the shiny ultra platinum special edition version of the John Jones Memorial Freedom award. Oh boy.
So now that we got our special move loaded up, our special move that we gonna do is the I'm Black Y'all segment.
Yes, sir.
We got our special move in blackness, so we gonna go ahead and do that this time. And the person that we're gonna highlight is an oldie goodie, a guy that is one of the classic black wrestlers, but classic wrestlers of our time, and that man is the Junkyard Dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So Sylvester Ritter was an American professional wrestler and college football player, best known for his work in Mid-South Wrestling and World Wrestling Federation as the Junkyard Dog, or JYD, a nickname he received while working in a wrecking yard. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2004, entering the ring with his trademark chain attached to a dog collar to the music of Queen's Another One Bites the Dust, which is dope. JYD often headline cards that drew large crowds. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
They drew large crowds and regularly sold out the Louisiana Superdome and other major venues, becoming the first black wrestler to be made the undisputed top star of his promotion. WWE author Brian Shields called Junkyard Dog one of the most electrifying and charismatic characters in the country, particularly during his peak in the 1980s. JYD was most known for his headbutt and upper body strength, the latter which saw him regularly body slam large wrestlers like One Man Gang, Kamala, King Kong Bundy. The word thump, which referenced JYD's power slam, was prominently displayed on his wrestling trunks. Shout out to, also he played football at Fayetteville State University, twice earning All-American. Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And is a member of the Sports Hall of Fame, and he had graduated with a political science degree. So shout out to the man.
The man. Before there was a Rock, that was him. That was JYD, man. Pioneer, trailblazer, straight up. I mean,
and if it wasn't for racism, he would have been somebody world champion. Period.
This is correct. Yeah.
Period.
But damn racism.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in for another edition of the We Coming For You cast. We hope you enjoyed this video version, which paid dividends because we didn't have an award and ended up illegally showing the Toxic Turtles match. We'll see what happens after that. But I'm RVS. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at Franchise06, FRANCHICE06. Check out my music Facebook, VRVS Book. You can see more about the podcast there. Rated R, where can they find you at?
You can find me on all the social media platforms. I'm talking about every last one of them. What's up,
one of them.
Hey, what's up, Marty Bell? At R8 TD. R8 TD _R. You can check out my DJ page at the DJ R8 TD _R.
Yes, sir. Rated R's Quarantine Bay. But you can also follow us on Twitter at WCFYcast. That's WCFYcast. If you have a question, comments, concern, if you want to just give us some more material that's going to raise our combo meter up. Because you can do all that. You can do all that at WeComingForYouCast@gmail.com. That's coming without the G. I've learned how to edit videos, so I'm going to put the email like right there. And Rated R. Other than that, where can they find us online?
You can also find us, which RVS will put in here right about now, at ProWrestlingBlack.org. Yes, ProWrestlingBlack.org.
So we just got it renewed. It went up to $21 because it's a .org address. But hey, still worth the cost.
Yes, it is, because we now have that. And if anybody organization that wants to use it, we getting paid.
They gotta go through us, baby. Holla at us, Vince. All right. Make sure y'all stay tuned to all of the programming on the SOLC network. We got the Scenario Remix. We got some other shows. OG Hours coming back at some point. Yo, keep it locked in. And we'll holler at y'all later.
Peace.
You want it? You got it. You want me to get crazy? I'll get crazy. Sitting there apologizing. For what? Because I gotta fight three guys? Three guys trying to kill me? I'm a gang member, baby. Remember that.